Hey everyone, live from PF Chang's. We're not at PF Chang's, and we're at the plank. The reason why, oh boy, the reason why we let me do one thing. Let me calibrate the page here, and then I'll turn the camera. You'll see the person that caused me to say it was at PF Chang. It was PF Chang's, and I still, because of this gentleman, I cannot get PF Chang's out of my head now. That is so wrong. It's like, oh my God, that is so wrong. Hey to this special episode of Zennie62. We're at PF Chang's. I was about to do it again.
Plank.
We're at PF Chang's. Not kidding. I am kidding. We are at the Plank, Jack London Square, and waiting for one special guest with Sal. And I've got the computer here in front of me, as you can tell, because I'm setting up the watch page. And I'm going to go and edit the video. And hey, Hennessy, how you doing? And I'm going to make sure that the stream is good. And the stream is, hold on a second, don't see it yet. Make sure the meta tags are set in here. Get that there. There's the meta tag. Save the changes. Change the advanced settings to sports. There's sports. And monetization is not set. It is now. There we go. All right. Oh. And she's a Dodgers fan behind you.
Oh, okay.
Danger. So anyway. So all right. And so we view on watch page. Tweet this out real quick. Joseph True is going very well, and in fact, it's better than ever. And now I'm going to tweet this out really quickly. Share on first. I'm going to share this on Facebook. Hold on a second. Copy that, like so. Share, then placed it on here. Bear with me, folks. Put that there. Put this here, like that. All right, and do that. Hold on a second. And yes, it's been quite a letdown. We're going to talk about that in a second. Bear with me. Well, once I get this set up. Hold on a second, and that will not move out of the way. That's interesting. So what I'm going to do is this. Click on hashtag Raiders, and then like that, and then I'm just going to go pick this up, click post to Facebook, and that's off. And then the next one is going to be here for Twitter. And then hashtag LACVizOAK, and then hashtag Raiders, Raiders, and then there that goes. All right, and we're off. Okay, now I have two special guests. Hey everybody, Barry Lee, Silver Maze, Jamal Mills, Eric, the great, grand and glorious ones, the dudes. Hey. Mike Lowry, introduce your fan, man. Lowry in the building.
A1 seated, Albert Richmond, stand up.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
My family, Alpha Smith, we just came out here to say what's up to Zennie. We were downtown, and
which I really appreciate. Thank you very much.
Happened to call him earlier. He said he's going to be down here.
Yep.
And we actually I went to the game today. And,
yes.
Just been hanging out in downtown Oakland, which is a great place. Jack London Square to be specific. And yeah, just chilling out. Zennie hit me up, told me to come on over.
I did. He's a good man, a fan, and a special person. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah,
just down here, so we came out just to hang out.
Yeah. Hey, so I got to ask you before we talk about anything else. Who wants to start on the game? What happened? Mr. Lowry, you want to go first? That's the guy. Yeah.
Mr. Mike Lowry.
Yeah, there you go.
What happened today? We're still not getting the penetration we need from, in my opinion, from our defensive line.
Amen.
They tend to come on after halftime. They seem to get to the quarterback, but it's not the DBs. It's something Zennie has said. It's scheme. We got good DBs. We just need more penetration. We need to get the quarterback off his spot, off his mark. We got to get him running east and west and make him make those difficult throws. Emerson's a beast. Conley's a beast. We got DBs. Everybody's saying it's the secondary. I don't believe that. We saw how Emerson looked when he had Woodson behind him.
Right.
You know, even though him and Reggie Nelson don't mesh as well, Nelson is still a ball hawk and he still works.
Right.
So I just think that pass rush, we need to, you know, hopefully we can pick up Bowman and throw some blitz packages in, and we need to get the quarterback off his mark more often. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's I agree. I completely agree. You want to chime in?
Yeah, I want to chime in.
Oh,
I need to check out.
No, wait a sec. I can't do that here, man. Not on this show.
I'm on Insta.
Yeah, that's great, but yeah, I gotta keep it clean. Some people here are down to 15 years old.
Go ahead and edit me.
Yeah, I can't. This is live.
Richmond, CA.
No, I can't. Yeah, can't do that. Plus, I gotta make money. This is a monetized live stream. Don't kill my bill. Thank you. Don't kill my bill. I like that. I have to keep that in mind. Don't kill my bill. There you go. Yeah.
That'd be good on the shirt.
Thank you. Exactly. Don't kill my bill.
I'm gonna say this. I'm actually not a Raiders fan. I'm not gonna mention who my team is, but they representing the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And
the Niners.
My team is hurting right now, so I ain't got no haterade for nobody. I'm gonna be.
So wait. Let's.
You know, it's a tough loss. You know.
Look, this is the Zennie62. This is a recap show.
State Warriors.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, appreciate that.
I like that. Go Bears! Oh, go Bears!
Hey,
wait a minute. Cal clobbered, high five. Cal clobbered Washington State.
I was at the USC game. I was very disappointed. Paid my hard-earned money.
I was there.
You was there?
I was there.
I don't think they showed up.
I'm an old blue.
Big up to the USC band and cheerleaders, though.
Yeah.
They came to play. Round of applause for them.
Wait, hold on a second. I have to grudgingly agree with him. I'll
take your word for it.
For the USC cheerleaders and band, I didn't know Cal even had a band out there.
Oh,
y'all was slapping so loud.
Oh, burn!
Man, it was making it happen.
No, let's get back to the Niners. What's wrong with the 49ers?
Oh man, everything right now. Real talk. I think, especially for the 49ers, Colin Kaepernick is a ghost in that organization right now.
That's interesting. Why you say?
I think they're really taunting them. I think they really can get focused on a whole lot of levels.
Yeah.
I think the current quarterback, is really playing, thinking about him, trying to outbest him instead of being the best he can be. Nobody feels comfortable out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard and I understand, but I got to keep my mouth shut when it's time to keep my mouth shut. You know what I mean? I'm highly disappointed in the organization right now.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing no life and no hustle, so it's hurting me to the core, but hey, it is what it is.
Yep.
Maybe this needs to happen. Maybe the whole squad and the coach and the owner and the GM need to die right now.
Oh no!
For greatness to live.
They just got there.
And if that's what it takes, then so be it. What the Bible say,
What do you think, Mike?
Former things pass away.
About
the Niners.
What the new.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving it. If I don't know if a Raiders win or a Niners loss feels better.
Put the camera back on.
They're equally as great every time. But you know what? I don't even hate the Niners. I can't stand people from Oakland, which my family's not from.
Sure.
People from Oakland that root for 49ers. That's who I can't stand you guys. Every last one of you. I can't stand you. How you from the town and you claim you're so Oakland and this and that.
Oh, technical difficulties. Sorry. Oh no! Wait a minute.
How?
Wait a minute.
You do that?
I was one of those people.
Oh, they moved away. I got 1 point for you. They moved away. Oh, they did this.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna walk away when I ask you this. I'm gonna come back.
Oh my God.
How many girls then left you and you came back to them?
Oh damn.
Two.
That note is a wrap.
Oh boy.
We're back. Just wanted to ask that question. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
In all truth, I don't have a big grudge against 49ers. Like you said, it's all Bay Area, but
yeah.
I can't stand the people from Oakland and I got buddies that are from Oakland that they're 49ers fans, but they still got love for the Raiders. That's cool,
yeah.
But don't talk down on your own city, man. Don't talk down on your own soil, where you from. You gotta rep your city. You listen to rap music, rep your city. You gotta rep where you from, man.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's all about where you from, and that's why we're so prideful about this Oakland Raiders thing, and specifically Oakland Raiders. If Mark does figure this thing out in Vegas, I'm not rocking with him no more because it's about Oakland Raiders.
Okay, now can I tell you from an Oaklander who roots for the Niners?
Yeah.
All right, I'll explain it. All right. Folks, the reason why I became a 49er fan, 2 words, Bill Walsh. All right? I like the Bill Walsh Niners because they had a technical approach to the game, and I was honored to interview Bill Walsh in 1994. He's a class act. I've always wanted the Raiders to emulate the 49er way, which ironically enough, under Bill Walsh, was actually the Al Davis way. Did you know that? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Al Davis hired Bill Walsh as an assistant. Okay. And Al Davis taught him a lot of the Sid Gilman-based passing game that Davis designed. And then Bill Walsh consistently said that Al Davis was one of his main tutors.
Okay.
And so if you have a chance to look at the Niners playbook, a lot of their base plays have the primary receiver taking off deep. So they're always looking to throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
And then they come back underneath.
Gotcha.
So that's why, so it was a technical aspect of it. Now, I've always been a Raider fan.
Yeah.
I never disliked the Raiders.
And that's the most important part. That's the most important part. Like I said, I don't have a problem with people that are from, the Raiders left.
Plus, I'm honest about it. I'm telling you straight up,
Yeah. They rep it.
You guys might want to hit me in the face, but I don't care.
Yeah. We're
kidding. It's like
one of my boys, I get on, they laughing. Dog, they've been back since line 6. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's 2017. Cut it out. I didn't know. And the person I'm talking about, I didn't know about 7 girls you didn't took back. So now you're crying about the Raiders. You're crying about not in. You gotta go there. But I'm just saying, like, cut it out. This is Oakland. If you're from Oakland, if you're from here, rep where you're from. I'm not asking them to be your favorite. Just support the city you're from, support the town that you're from. And we appreciate all the support from everybody that's not from Oakland, too, as well. Yep. We do. We appreciate all your support. But I'm just saying, if you're from here, you got to rep your soil, man. You got to have love from where you're from.
Absolutely. Now you were saying to turn the camera back on you. I just did. You can't do that napkin, by the way. Hand me that napkin. I just did. So now you got to say something. Oh, Cal. All right. How you doing?
What's going on?
Pretty good.
A1C.
Yep.
Insta, Facebook.
Yep.
I'm not a public figure.
You are now.
I'm a regular.
You are now a public figure.
I'm a regular man.
Yep. You are now a public figure.
So what's the question?
You are a limited purpose public figure. Okay. I want to talk about Cal for a second.
All right.
What do you like about Dave Wilcox and the coaching staff?
I don't. I can't. I don't. I mean,
okay.
I really can't stand them. You know what I'm saying? I really think they're playing like.
Are you pulling our legs?
I really think they really want to go back to the old Cal greatness, but they're really not adapting to their current environment.
Interesting.
I'm not saying Cal can anywhere compete or anywhere on the level as Alabama, but I will say this: all these other, top colleges recruit nationwide, and I believe my cousin brought this to my attention. No, my other cousin told me that Cal won't even recruit in their own backyard.
Is that right?
I wish I could remember the young man's name right now that's currently, in the NFL that's from the Bay that Cal could have got. He wanted to play for Cal, and he didn't even.
Who's he with now?
The coach didn't even. I can't remember. But my cousin Carlos Watkins, if he's watching this and I send this to him, he will be ready to text you and give you that name. Cal does not recruit in their own backyard.
Wow. We do.
Take my word for that.
Well, that's how we got Keenan Allen. Remember that?
Historically, it's kind of been that way because they kind of want to keep it like the old Cal, greatness. But you got to learn to adapt. And
you got to be big. You have to be big in your backyard.
Yeah.
You definitely do.
If teams are doing things that work, you got to work it how they're working. If you want to survive, if you want to maintain. Now. But then again, if you in college ball, it's all about who you know and your constituents and everything like that. You probably don't care about anything what I'm saying. But I'm only repping the Cal hat because I'm from the Bay. I doesn't make me a die-hard Cal Berkeley's fan. I was at the USC game. I was disgusted with what I saw. I didn't really see no effort, no hustle. I didn't really see no schemes. I didn't really see any type of initiative trying to be great, trying to be different, trying to do something new. It's just the same old stuff, and that's why you got shut down. But you beat Washington.
We beat Washington.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah.
Is how I'm gonna charge that to the game.
Yeah, matter of fact,
because I know Waters.
The G-men.
Please, what you say? Go ahead.
The G-men are putting a spanking on the Broncos right now.
Yeah, it's still 20-3, right?
Yeah, it's a fourth quarter. So,
wow.
like you said, any given.
It may be better. Still says very bad connection. No, wait a minute. It may straighten itself out. Hold on a second, folks. I'm trying to improve the connection system here. I don't know why it's very bad, but it is. It seems to be straightening out somehow. But it's still, cool. All right. Anyway, you were saying, Mike. Go ahead.
What were we talking about?
You were talking about the Raiders.
Yeah, the line.
And the line,
the whole line thing. I think they did a decent job today, the offensive line.
Yeah.
But the guys up front, that's where it starts, and then we got to look like we did last year. The guys, they handled their business last year. More so on the offensive line than the defensive, but I see where we can be. So I'm not panicking yet. We're 2-4. We're last place.
Hey, boss. I'm going to order from you. We're going to brag about you, too. All right, man. He's a good guy, yeah.
Yeah, we just got to bounce back. I got a good feeling about this KC game, though.
Thursday night.
I've been getting a lot of smack talking on my text. I might put a little wager on it. I think this is the game.
Hey, guess who's online? Boss.
He's online.
He's supposed to be here. Tell him he's supposed to be here.
Boss, where you at, man? You supposed to be here, man. What's going on? At least come kick it at the tailgate. You know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. They don't know where I'm at, but you know where I'm at, boss. Come holler at your boy. You already know. You know where I'm at.
There he goes. See? Just talking about it, man. You got to get down here. We also have CSU Rams. Bouse says Juan Ramirez says that Raiders going 7-9. You got a prediction?
7. I said 10-6 at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stick to that. I said 10-6. We're down 4. I only got 2 losses left, so I said 10-6.
10-6. I'll agree.
Somebody said we got our butt kicked. I saw that coming. I mean, we lost by a point.
Yeah, we did.
Muffed extra point. It'd have been tied going to overtime. They said the hole was because Giovanni, our kicker's been good. I kind of looked up when that happened, and I guess the holder kind of fumbled it or something like that.
Yeah.
And missed it. But I mean, we didn't get our butt kicked. It was 16-17. That's not a butt kick. Give me 2 scores.
What about this? Corvette says the Raiders are just not a good team. Look at the stats. If they play like the rest of the year, lucky to win any games. What do you think about that?
They're just not a good team. Key word is team. It depends on how you define team. Got a lot of talent. But I have to give it to that person that said that team means working together and everything. We don't look like a good. We did the first 2 games, haven't so much the last 4 games. I still believe if Carr hadn't got hurt during Denver, it'd have looked like New Orleans last year or many of the comebacks that Carr's had. I believe would have came back. And if Cook doesn't drop the ball, I apologize, Cook, if you're watching this. If Cook doesn't drop the ball, Cooper doesn't drop the ball, we win that game.
Right, and I got to say, time out. All right. This man's pretty good. He ought to have his own broadcast show. What you say, boss? You ought to be down here too, right? Anyway.
Boss probably going to roast me. That's my guy, though. It's all good. He can roast me because that's my man.
And Steely Bruce says Downing's calls are too predictable. Teams are watching film and know how to shut it down. I agree there. And I'll say one thing is that is basically that Musgrave was really good at putting that play you didn't expect. But Downing, there's nothing about Downing's offense that's unusual or hard to stop. You know what I'm saying? Your thoughts?
You know what? I thought that, and then Downing slapped me in my face, and I'll tell you how I'll tell you how he slapped me in my face.
Wait, does that explain that red mark on your cheek?
Yeah, probably so.
Or
on that one, I was talking to Ish, sitting in my seat, club level, and I was like, it was the play when we gave it to old boyfriend that played for the Vikings last year.
Okay. Cordell. Sorry, yeah.
Everybody knows they're giving it to Marshawn Lynch right now because it's this and that.
Right.
And that was beautiful. I like Dowling's call. That was beautiful. He took it to the house.
Yeah.
So he's not as predictable. I think sometimes some first downs throw it. When you got Marshawn in there, it's like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but be a little careful about that.
Here's what I'm getting at. Last year, among other things, they used unbalanced line where they would have, instead of having the tackles on right tackle, left tackle, they have both tackles on one side, and they have the guard on the other, or maybe a third tackle on the other side. And from that formation, when the defense aligns itself, it goes where the strength of the line is, right? Just by alignment. Well, Carr takes the snap and he runs around the short end because there's nobody there. He picked up 25 yards to the first down. Stuff like that.
Also, too, you made a good point. They're scared to use Carr's athleticism. Carr is a really fast. I've heard there's a rumor that him and Khalil Mack raced and he won.
What?
Carr is very fast. They're so and he's smart. He knows how to get down. They gotta use that more, man. Don't be so scared to not use all of his attributes, because yes, he is a pocket passer, but Carr is very athletic. He's not one of these immobile guys. Let him do his thing. Encourage it. Be like, yo, if you read, you make your reads and nothing's there, cut, go. Encourage it. But he is more of a pocket passer. But
you got a shout out.
Very underrated.
You got a shout out.
From Raider Juice.
The real Raider Juice. Yeah.
Yes,
the real Raider Juice gives a shout out to Mike Rowley.
That's my dog. That's my dog.
Yeah. And tell us about the real Raider Juice.
Oh, that's my homeboy. A few people out there. If anybody know what happened, a little mishap happened out there. I know the dude personally.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, we got you back. I understand. That's a hard thing.
I've been going to Arizona for a while. To watch spring training. I got a family member that played professional baseball for years. We won't get into that on the air though.
Yes, sir.
But Raider Juice, he invited me to his spot when he didn't have to. And we've been friends for years. So at the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody sometimes you misspeak, sometimes you misjudge a situation.
Right.
And you know what? He manned up and he apologized for it.
Yeah.
And so
hey, you got wait. First of all, folks, I want to give a shout out to my man here. Tell him about your music. How you doing?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, you can't? Okay. He's shy, but he's anyway. I'm gonna get the great nachos here at the plant.
You want any chicken or anything?
Yes.
Chicken on
Yeah.
another water cup?
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
And so what I was saying is that he manned up, he apologized when most people are cowardly and they'll erase their accounts and they'll run this and that. He took it head on and he apologized like a man. And so you people that keep on piling on, you don't really care about the situation at hand. You just don't like him. So stop being a coward and stop using it as a scapegoat because you don't like it. Be a man and say you just don't like it. Don't use the situation at hand to be, you're a coward. Because the people that know him, that have been around him and that care about him and knows what type of dude he is, knows he's a stand-up guy. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Zennie's not perfect because the Alpha's not perfect. But guess what? There was a situation. My cousin doesn't know the situation. I'll tell him after. But he manned up. He said he was wrong. He apologized.
I think we can. I think we should tell. I think we can talk about it.
Yeah. Let it go.
Okay. For those of you who don't know what happened, our friend basically made a comment online expressing displeasure about the Raiders in a way that was such that when we now call 1 October happened, there are some people who roundly criticize. Actually, a lot of people roundly.
1 October. I don't think they know what 1 October is.
1 October is the Las Vegas tragedy that was ignited by the shooter Stephen Paddock, and that killed, now I believe, 56 people and 500 injured. I don't know, 500 people, something like that. It was an ungodly number, high number. Rest in peace for those. But he was unfairly tied to that, being criticized for what he had written, as if he intended it for what he wrote to be made it to that tragedy, which wasn't the case. He took down the comment, but it wasn't good enough for the Raiders. The Raiders banned him from having a season ticket. So he's had a season ticket for 10 years?
Yes, I'm sure he'll let you know.
Yeah, for a long time. So,
So explain. Excuse me.
Sure.
Explain what exactly did he say?
What he said was it was an early, you know, just like social media, just like
sure.
It was a gotcha moment where
Right.
they put out these headlines and you react to the headlines. So it was like shots fired in Las Vegas, and he was like, "Yeah, shoot up the whole place." He got home and saw what was going on, and was like, "Oh shit!" Took
Right.
it down, you know,
Right.
because he doesn't want nobody to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then these fakes that don't really like him, they're hiding behind that and trying to, oh yeah, this is the no. You just don't like it. Just be real about it. You don't like it.
Right.
Just say you don't like. Don't hide behind the whole. You don't care about the tragedy that much. And I'll say it right now. He apologized like a man. He's not the shooter. He didn't make this happen. He made a boneheaded mistake and he apologized for it. I'm his boy and I'm gonna be real. And most of the people that know him will say this. And if you're still crying, if you're still on him about this, you're fake, man, because you don't know the dude, or you don't want to do it, or you don't like him because he trolls you. Because he trolls sometimes, but hey, that's his personality. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Live on with your. Let it go. Stop it. Cut it out.
Yeah. And so the other guy we have coming by had a similar situation with Donald Penn, and Sal's also had his season ticket stripped. I was expecting Sal. I haven't heard from him. And hey, could you hold this, by the way? This way, yeah. I'm just going to check on Instagram and see if he's responded, because I don't have his number. Tried to reach out to get his number, but he said on Instagram that he would come by. So let me see where he's at. He may very well be here, and searching around for us. I said the plank, right? I said he'd be at the plank, or excuse me, we would be at the plank, otherwise known as PF Chang's. But I love saying that. In fact, I wonder if Mark Davis has ever been here. You think Mark Davis has ever been here?
He probably walked past it, didn't know it was here.
That's hilarious.
He probably would. You know his favorite spots, right? He probably turned around, was like, "Oh, Barnes and Noble's not there anymore."
Oh man.
He missed the spot about the parking lot. Wow, how would he wouldn't miss this? I couldn't notice.
The funny thing about it is that messages that you can check. Oh, notifications. The messages that you can check, manage contacts, comments, messages you can check on your phone, you can't check here, which is really weird. So hold on a second, folks. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to check this on Instagram. One moment, please. I'll be right back. Just want to see if he's... Okay, folks, I'm going to assume that Sal's not coming because it is 8:41, and I told him here. He said he was on the road coming back from a wedding. So there you go. Okay. Now getting back to our guests here. There. All right. Now, give me a prediction. Chiefs, Raiders.
I think we sneak one in on it. They're not. I think they lost today to who they play today.
They played Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers.
Yeah.
Steelers are good.
In fact, you know that you just gave me an idea. Go ahead. Go ahead. You were saying Steelers.
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm going to go with the hometown. I think we're going to have a bounce back game. You need a score, or you want to score?
Yeah, I always want to score.
Let's go.
That sounds like that sounds like American Pie. You got to score. You got to score.
Let's go 30-21.
30-21. All right. So what say you? Chiefs, Raiders.
Oh, no comment.
Oh, come on, man. Man up.
It's a Raiders show. No comment.
It's an NFL show.
I still live out here. I'm local. Nah.
Yeah. He thinks we're going to win. He riding with his family. We're going to win.
Everything neutral. Good luck, though. Good luck.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like one of those ominous good lucks. That sounds like a Dr. Frank. That sounds like one of those like Frankenstein monster. Like you're gonna see the monster. Like, oh, it sounds like, you know what it sounds like, folks? Like, oh, you're gonna see the monster. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know. In other words, you're all going to die. All right. You're going to die.
All right. I will say this. I'm gonna switch it a little bit. So C.J. Beathard, you know, San Francisco 49ers quarterback, you know, almost won the game. Brought the 49ers back from a 17-0 deficit.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, you know, we still lost, you know, by 1 point. However, besides that, my greatest concern is that, and it's not Colin Kaepernick's, it's not all his fault, but I think that the culture of the San Francisco 49ers is going to be suffering for a while because you can't associate the San Francisco 49ers brand without talking about Colin Kaepernick, who's no longer employed by the NFL, and Donald Trump. You know, and in spite of our
Kaepernick filed suit against the league today.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand. But my whole thing about that is, which is big up for him. I mean, he's defending himself, and there is a degree of injustices that we could all see because he should be employed in the NFL. He's a very capable player. I think if the Niners have not let him go, they'll be doing better than they are doing. I believe that without a doubt.
They won a couple of games.
They'll
at least one.
Better than they're doing now.
Definitely.
Hence, dealing with the current climate, I think with Colin Kaepernick, I think that even if he wins his grievance, they're still not going to give him a job because it's still too political. You know? And I'm not playing the he said, she said, or the blame game. I just think that it's highly unfortunate for him and his family and the San Francisco 49ers as an organization.
Yes.
Because now you got drama on so many levels, like on the field, in the locker room, as a brand, you know, the love of the Bay. Give me a second, cousin. You know, that you know, a winning, even if they had a winning season right now, I still don't think that will wash away the controversy that's currently going on with the 49er organization. And that's all I'm talking about, because I'm not going to give President Donald Trump any life to any of his shenanigans and the things that he say. I'm done talking about him. You know, I refer to Colin Kaepernick when he played for as a 49ers. I'm a 49er fan. He's no longer with the organization. I wish him well. He's doing what he got to do to stand. I see and the support that he's getting.
Oh my God! Look at this! Look at that big mouth. Oh, this is what the plank is known for. Thank you, sir. He's the gentleman of the scholar. Thank you. You got it, man. Look at that.
On me.
Oh my God.
Now back on me.
I got you. I got
on me.
A little better than you.
I'm wrapping up. That just as a 49er,
you guys want some? Go ahead.
Just as a 49er fan, I mean, we're going to be taking hits and media levels for a long time after this. Winning season, no winning season. You know, the brand, you know, the 49ers lost a lot of trust, a lot of different people. It's going to be a minute to earn that back. And I don't think a winning season or two is going to get that back. You know, but I'm going to still be down for them. I hope the organization does the right thing and put moves and, you know, and things in place to get that trust of the people back, you know, to get back to greatness. But right now, you know, it is what it is. I ain't seeing it.
I think the Niners' problem. Mike, you want to follow up with that?
Yeah, he touched on something that was that made my ears perk up.
I saw that.
And people, just to show you,
like a German Shepherd.
Yeah, I know.
You about to cut me off?
I know, really. Yeah.
My train of thought.
When in doubt, do the right thing. That's a life lesson. Because guess what? If they would have gave Kaepernick a job, I mean, it's a learnable, teachable moment.
Yeah.
None of this would happen. We wouldn't have to. I'm so tired of talking about this. I'm so tired of.
Absolutely.
I just want to get back to football.
If
they did the right thing in the first place, you don't have to worry about none of this.
Right.
At the end of the day, Jerry Jones is talking about who came out, and he definitely had a slave master mentality when he said what he said. Like, you're going to stand. Like, what? What people don't understand is they talk about, oh, at my job I have to do what my boss says. Your boss can't force you to worship.
Right.
Let me elaborate on that. This follows under the guidelines of worship. It doesn't follow. That's why they took the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools. You can't make me, just like, you know, you people out there that are Christians, you sit with your family, you put your hands together, you pray, you know, this and that. You can't make somebody put their hand on their heart and basically pray to a symbol or something. It's unconstitutional. He can't make his players do that. So that's why when you hear black athletes and stuff talking about a slave master mentality, that's what it goes back to. You're violating their civil rights. You can't make anybody pray to your God or your deity or your idolization or your or your symbol, or you can't force people to do that. And that's what Jerry Jones is trying to do. And that is not right. It's wrong.
Right.
You know, and I got into this with on Facebook, a good friend of mine who's from Arizona.
I think I saw your post about that.
Huh?
I think I might have saw your post.
You might have.
Yeah.
You might have. We went back quite more so with his friends than me. More so with his friends than with him. But you know, he's from Arizona, and I'm pretty sure he's a Republican. Good guy though. I'm not going to say his name. Mm-hmm. Good guy, real good guy. And me and him are friends. We're always going to be friends. White guy. Mm-hmm. But what I told him and what I put out there for all his friends to see is, don't act like my situation, my experience doesn't matter. That's all I ask. I understand, okay, you want people to stand with, but let me tell you about where I come from.
Yep.
Let me tell you about how my dad was treated when he got out of the Vietnam War. Let me tell you about my experience. My experience is not the same as yours.
Right.
So don't say my experience doesn't count. You're looking at these black players like, oh, they should be grateful and this and that and the fourth. Everybody wasn't treated as peaches and cream that you think.
Right.
You know, everybody doesn't have the same experience. So as long as we could respect each other's experience, I ran circles around one of his boys. He was talking about Kaepernick wasn't good enough and this and that. And that's their go-to because they don't really want to do the research. I sent him like a pile of, it was Cam Newton, it was Aaron Rodgers, it was Tom Brady, all saying how he's supposed to be in the league. I was like, okay, he's not good enough. So what about what these quarterbacks say?
Make sure you put that camera on me.
Then he changes it up.
Right.
He changes it up and said, oh, well, if he wants to be activist, he should. Oh, hold on. Your argument was he's not good enough. Hold on. How do we get? How do we get from he's not good enough to if he wants to be activist? Are you telling JJ Watt he shouldn't raise money for flood victims?
Hey, hold on a second. Hey, go CSU Rams. We'll see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, now you say.
Yes, sir. So right on the topic, we talking about standing, not standing.
Oh, a military. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Military man.
I'm represented United States
Wait.
Army.
Wait. Thank you for serving our country.
No problem. We're all good.
Yep.
We're all family.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me get serious and tell you who I also am.
Yes, sir.
Or former was Staff Sergeant E6, Alpha Smith, United States Army.
Oh.
Iraq combat veteran. Operation Iraqi Freedom, 2006-2000.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Yes,
I forgot.
Not a problem.
Segways. This segways is great, ain't they?
Yeah,
I forgot. Yeah.
Let me explain.
So wait.
Hold up.
I gotta ask you a question.
Let me introduce myself.
You got it.
And put the framework down first.
He's not talking about doing the Humpty dance either. So hold on a second.
Exactly. Now, I have not always had a great Army day. Mm-hmm. You know, but I'm proud to have served my country. I'm proud to be a vet. You know, I'm proud to be in the Army. You know, I have a great, nice federal job now. You know, and everything. And I have to admit that I may have displayed my grievances when I had a bad Army day. That if you had saw it, if it had been on television, you probably wouldn't agree with it. But to kneel before playing the national anthem, before the national flag, I don't agree with it. I'm gonna tell you why. Mm-hmm. I saw Colin Kaepernick do it. I wasn't feeling it. You know, that doesn't mean I hated him or thought he was a bad person. Mm-hmm. When it was reported why he was doing it because of the social and political and racial injustices in the world that we were.
The police brutality against black men.
Police brutality against black men, and I understood it, but I still didn't agree. I'm gonna tell you why.
Sure.
Because when I joined the Army, it was also the legacy that I was looking at being an Army soldier. You know, it wasn't just the money, wasn't just the GI Bill, wasn't just ego. You know, black men tried to make their way for their families. We always have been warriors going back to Africa. We're the first man. I believe in that. We were set aside for over 100 years almost, and then now Civil War, they brought us back in to do things and fight in areas that they didn't want to go. The Buffalo Soldiers came out of that legacy. Tuskegee Airmen, Air Corps came out of there, which is the birth of the Air Force. Make that clear.
That's right.
That, as we know it, black men did that. You know, so that's my legacy. So I will never kneel or not stand or not salute the American flag because of all their sacrifice. I had bad times in Iraq. My comrades had bad times, but it was not as bad as theirs, or in Korea, or in Vietnam, and praise God I'm still here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, and I do believe that when people say that kneeling doing the national anthem is not disrespecting, you know, American service members, I do believe that y'all think that's true. I do believe that y'all believe that. I still disagree with you because to a degree, I disagree with you totally because you guys are fortunate enough to live your life as you see fit and to have what you have. I actually joined the Army at 20. I actually had to serve. I actually had nothing else going for me. I went from being poor to middle class inside of 2 years.
Wait a minute, you did have something. You did have something going for you.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Right.
So I did my part, and even though it was not always fair, there's a lot of things I'm suffering now that I'm doing without that is entitled to me. But that doesn't mean that this country is not great. The people that serve it, that's not great. And I think it is offensive to us to. The flag is my flag because I make it my flag because that's what I fought for. Whatever you fight for, even though you're not the corporate owner, if you own it in your heart, is yours. And I believe that is the same.
That's the most profound statement I've ever heard.
I believe it's the same as being a Christian. The King James Bible is not your Bible. You did not write it. God is not yours. He is his own boss. You're not the boss of him. But if you love him, you honor his word, and you take a hold of it, and you adapt it to your heart and your soul, then it is yours, and you should ride for it, doing the good, doing the bad, whether you can see it going right, whether you see it going wrong. You should continually stand for what you stand for, even when things are bad. I just think that Colin Kaepernick made a poor decision and speaking up for all these injustices that we are currently as African American men are enduring in that way, because not only is it affecting me that it cost him a job because I'm a Niners fan, but it's so blown up in the media, and the media are not throwing us. It's now a big circus now.
Yeah.
You know, and they pulling everything that matters into this circus. You know, the service members, the current service members and veterans. How you feel about that? You know, how you feel politically about the current presidential state of America, and all these other things. Nothing to do about football. And when you think of San Francisco 49ers, that is what you think about. And I think Bill Walsh would be sad about that legacy right now, because I'm sad about that. I think I can't wait till things get back in perspective. Football is football, politics is politics, soldiering is soldiering, and that's a wrap, and that's all I got to say about it.
You gotta follow up on that one?
Yeah, but up until 2009, they didn't even play the national anthem. They used the national anthem as a key to make money, and were charging our military like something. And thank you, John McCain, for pointing that out for them. These hypocritical businessmen hiding behind patriotism. Now, my cousin, I'm talking about the owners of the NFL. They're not authentic. They got you guys believing it, believing in this, but they were charging our military. Like, why are you charging our military if you guys are supposed to be so patriotic? It was paying for paid patriotism. Me and my cousin, we disagree though. I respect him, and like he said, he has no hatred or any vitriol toward Colin Kaepernick. Everybody's story is different. He just told you his story.
Talk about your other cousins too. I want you to feel yourself right. You got two other cousins. One of them is a Ranger. The other one is a Marine. I want to make sure they don't kill him. So mark them. Mention them too. So it ain't just me and his family. Go ahead and put that out there.
My twin cousins, I've never asked them their opinion on it, of how they felt about this. My only thing was Colin Kaepernick was sitting first. A Marine pulled him to the side and said my cousin Alfred, he was in the Army. A Marine pulled him to the side. It's like, yo, this is how you do it respectfully. He took the Marine's word for it, and as Zennie would say, I digress. But at the end of the day, forced patriotism isn't real.
Hey, knock it off. Well, I'm going to throw you out of here, all right? Yes, I can. Stop it. I'm doing a show. Don't do it. Don't do it. Let him finish. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Go ahead.
So
be a gentleman, bro. Be a gentleman.
Yeah.
you can't
Be a gentleman, bro. Be a
you
gentleman.
can't force. You can't force it. Like I said, me myself, I'm a God-fearing Christian man. I will never, like I consider praying to a flag. I will never pray to a flag. I will never pray to an idol. I've never prayed to nothing but God. That's just my personal view. Like I said, in my opinion, it falls under worship. I don't worship your flag, Jerry Jones. I only worship the man upstairs. I don't worship. Most of the time, we don't even get in the Raider game. If we're in the tailgate, we don't even get in there in time for the national anthem to be played. But I've sat because I know how they treated my dad coming out of the Vietnam War. I don't really hold grudges, my cousin tell you, but that's one grudge. I know how they treated my father, and I know how he feels about that. So I've never stood for the national anthem. The song was written by a racist man who had a verse in there talking about dancing on the graves of slaves.
Right.
That was in his heart. That anthem wasn't for black people. It was for white folks only. The third verse tells you, I would honestly prefer if America the Beautiful was played instead of. As long as we do a background check and see if the writer, it's a good song, a really good song. I would prefer that be the song, because at the end of the day, the person that wrote you can't, like I was telling my friend from Arizona, our experiences are different. You can't expect me if I, hypothetically speaking, if I beat on a woman, this and that, and she ended up marrying my cousin later on, I can't expect him to feel the same way and say I changed my life. I can't expect her to feel the same way about me as he does. Even when you change, because you already know that past is there. You can't expect the person it's a different experience. Your experience could be negative. His experience can be positive. Zennie's could be negative. Mine can be positive. Everybody has different experience. All I'm asking is everybody respect everybody's situation and everybody's experience. Don't wag your finger at black people. Say, you need to do this. You need no.
I got to throw something out to both of you guys before I turn on you. All right.
Okay.
What would you say if I showed you and told you both and everybody else that Donald Trump himself said on January 8th, 2015, that it was okay to burn the flag. And he said that on David Letterman as a guest, and I have it on video. I made a video about it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Now, why should we be basically pushed or encouraged to have this debate, which was ignited by a president who, in point of fact, is, I think, just playing us?
I'm going to go first.
Okay. You see what I'm saying?
First of all, I don't really care what President Donald Trump says. He's the president. I respect him because he has that title, but it doesn't go past that. I tune everything else out.
Even though he's the current commander in chief.
Even though he's the current commander in chief.
Okay.
I don't go past that. I don't go past that. I don't get in debates about it. I don't get in my feelings about it. I don't let him in his words or his comments, his views into my mind, into my heart like that. So that's why I wanted to go first to say that, and that's all.
But here's why I asked the question.
Turn it over to my cousin Jimmy.
But here's why I asked the question, though, and here's why I'm asking the question. I'm keeping the camera on you for this reason. He started it. You may not care, but he is tricking the country into having this while he does
I didn't care overall.
Okay.
I don't care
but you see what I'm getting at.
For his comments.
Right, but I'm saying, don't you?
I said that, because I'm not going to let a lot of his comments that are controversial and negative, and can be viewed as being racial slurs.
Sure.
If it's a group.
Or no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. This is what I'm getting at.
I'm not going to give those comments.
I'm being misunderstood.
Any light.
I'm being misunderstood. Right.
Let me finish this. This is what I think is happening. This is the reason why I'm not scared to say anything.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to speak my mind. What I believe is, I believe that the media, and along with a certain group of people that have power and influence, are giving this dude life. Every time things get quiet and things seem like it's getting back to normal, and people are trying to live their lives, get back on track, and do what they got to do Monday through Friday, he says something.
Or does something.
Or does something.
Like the Affordable Care
And
Act.
everybody's offended in their feelings again.
Right.
I'm not giving him no ammunition or no energy anymore. I respect him that he's the president, and I believe it so passionately about, if I say something against him, that he benefits from that. I believe it so passionately that that's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to say nothing negative about him. And if people say something negative about him, I'm not going to join that bandwagon. You know, because I think it needs to stop. I think if we, as a people, start to ignore the drama and focus on what's important, like that Keystone Pipeline still getting built.
Yeah.
People are still starving in Africa. Detroit still ain't got no clean running water.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and I can name some bunch of other stuff.
And that's my point. My point is that he's throwing us off track.
If we as a people talk more about that, regardless of what he says or does, regardless of what the media force down our throats or force us to see on my Instagram, on my Facebook, I can't log on my social media without seeing it. I don't even follow Fox.
Which brings me to my point.
People use our minds and use wisdom and tune that stuff out and come together. So I'm talking about something positive and change. We are never going to get better.
Right, and which brings
me.
That's
why I wanted to go first. The minute you start talking about that president, Donald Trump, our president, commander-in-chief, I have no comment.
Which brings me to this point for both of you, because it's his turn, right? But my point is this, all right, and I'll say it too, okay? And my point is this: we are being led down a path. The president of the United States has a bully pulpit. You've heard me say this before, right? Okay. So the media is going to pick it up. I'm on the White House press list still since 2012, thanks to Barack. But so we react to what he does. But why? My question is, if we have a guy, if we have a president pointing down Mike, right? If we have a president of the United States that stirs up things just to play us, why should the NFL react to him if we know the man has, encouraged flag burning? That is hypocritical. And so now the NFL's jumping over hoops with this guy? That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? You see what I'm getting at? It makes no sense.
It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction. It's all a distraction of a man who isn't doing his job and wants you to focus on something else. We got Puerto Rico. We got Napa burnt down. That destroyed people haven't thought about it this far, but I was telling a friend of mine, and it just popped in my mind. A whole industry has been destroyed. Not, RIP to the people that died and everything, but do you know how many people go to San Francisco, particularly women with their girls, go to Napa and spend money at spas and wine and dine themselves? Do you know how many millions of dollars that community has made? That's their thing. That's their niche. Like, tech is to San Francisco as wine and spas is to Napa. That's their thing. Instead of the real issues, he wants you to look over here. He wants you to look at, and he speaks directly to his fan base. So, he speaks. He speaks in code. What is it called? But gerrymandering.
Yeah.
He gerrymanders a lot. We all get it. And he speaks to his fan base. He still keeps trying to tell them that coal jobs are coming back when we all know coal ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
He's not he wants you to think about everything but what's really going on.
Right.
He's egotistical. He's only interested in self and not in the country, as far as I'm concerned.
What do you think about this comment? John Mark says that distraction to what we may face World War III.
Say that one more time.
John Mark says President Trump is our president, but we don't have to take any words he says at face value. And then he said, "Wow" to one of your comments. And then he said, "Amen, brother," your comment. And
which comment in particular?
I think your entire speech.
What was it?
Yeah, what was the wow about?
What was the wow about?
Oh, the wow was to Mike Lowry.
What did I say?
And your whole, he just agrees to your whole message. I mean, it's like this. Look, here's what you can see. Okay, and it's not, that's all I see. I don't see anything more detailed. But I remember when I saw it pop up.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's definitely the most decisive president in our lifetime. He's decisive. He's
divisive.
Divisive.
Yeah.
Divisive.
I don't know how decisive he is.
Yeah.
He keeps
divisive.
changing his mind.
Yeah, he keeps on firing people. People keep on quitting. It's just like he wants your mind not to be on his job because he's not doing it very well. So he rabble rouses and getting people because his what they call it his approval rating is the lowest that I believe any president has been.
Right.
He's trying to get back on base. My cousin's a military man. I respect what he said. I don't forget titles. I gotta respect you as a man first, and I don't respect him as a man. I don't even call him President Trump. I call him Donald Trump.
Yep.
I've never been in the military. That's it.
I definitely want to. Let me respond to that real quick.
Right.
That's his.
First of all, let me put it on me. Let me explain this. I can respect your title. I can call Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, no matter what he says. It's like I can call my cousin sir, or you sir, or a woman ma'am, because that's your title, that's what it is. But I respect your title doesn't mean I respect your character.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I respect what you do.
Right.
Doesn't mean I respect what you're about.
Right.
I'm not so in my field. This is what military people are about. We're not so in our feelings. We don't give that much of ourselves to the public that we can't respect and not to a degree acknowledge what particular status that you have that enables you to even be addressing me.
Right.
Because the way I look at it, you got to be somebody just to even talk to me. I don't care if I'm walking down the street.
Right.
You better talk. You better come at me like you somebody, or I'm going to ignore you.
Right.
You know. So which means is you a president, you a bishop, you a CEO. You know. I don't care. You're the president of your bake, you know what I'm saying, cupcake committee, you know, hair salon. You know, I respect your title. You know, he's not special in that degree. Yeah. But I think this is one of the things that people like about service members and veterans is that we do that because it's kind of a different culture. It's sort of not the social norm. But don't think we're stupid. We're not robots.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're not trained dogs. You know, we just are demonstrating that I can show you respect as a person, even when I'm aware of you may dislike me and think I'm less than a person or less than a man. But it takes strength to do that because I do that because I'm confident and I know who I am. And if that wasn't explained to me when I was in the Army, I wouldn't keep that with me even after the Army.
Right.
So don't get it confused.
Right.
You know, but I still go back to what I said. I think that while social media, and we as people of color are coming together and using language and negativity and shooting that back at him, trying to hurt his feelings and his image. I think he's still going on about his business unbothered.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I really believe that. So I think we should stop. And focus our energy on the solution and not the problem. And on all fronts.
John Mark says military personnel are our heroes. That's to you. And he says we're human beings and not a robot. And John Marks also says, I think the president needs to give respect in order to get respect. What about that comment?
That was my only point. And I have no problem with my cousin, you know, saying either. I just choose not. Calling him Donald Trump and not President Donald Trump is good enough for me. He knows what his name is. I don't need to.
I'm sorry.
He knows what it is. I can say Donald Trump without saying President. That's my preference. I don't have to say Mr. Zennie just like you know. I can not give him that. You know? I can not give him that.
I gotta ask you a question while I have you here. It's a little. Bear with me, folks. I just want to ask him a question for a second. It's a little off. It's not off target, but it's related. I want to ask you, what was it like to serve us in Iraq, man?
That's a very interesting question. I wanted to go like any young man go to war because I wanted to fight. I wanted to know what fighting was like. You know, I wanted those stripes. I wanted those experience. I thought it was cool. You know, I went when I was 28, so I wasn't a young man. But I felt like, and I was E6 when I went, which is
what is an E6?
It was a mid-level rank. It's not a high rank,
sure,
but respectable. I think, you know, pretty respectable. And but I have not been to war. You know, I was in the Army During Desert Storm, didn't go to Desert Storm. You know, there was a conflict in Bosnia. You know, I didn't get deployed there. There was sending troops to Cuba. Didn't go there. So I kind of wanted to prove myself. But when I got there and I actually started serving in Iraq, I realized that a lot of those notions were highly mistaken on my part.
Wow.
There's nothing cool. There's nothing cool about seeing people suffer, whether they're the enemy or third country nationals or your current.
So you saw someone die before you?
And brothers and sisters in arms.
So you saw someone die before you?
I saw a lot of things over there, you know. But what I'm saying is, I think I allowed myself, which is still consistent with what I'm saying about the current social.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked. Yeah.
I think I allowed myself.
This is where John Marks just said, "Wow." So it's like, you know.
I allowed myself as a service member to get sucked in to go into Iraq, wanting to go to Iraq. I got the orders and I went. You know, I didn't bunk out, told me to go, I went. But I wanted to go because of what I was seeing on the news. It was calling for patriots, you know, and I was a patriot. I wanted to go. I saw the shock and awe, saw the bullets in the air. They looked cool. They looked like heroes. But when I was serving over there, when I got there, when I was serving over there, working over there for a year, it did not look like nowhere like what the media had put on TV. You know, so, but I thank God that I did my part and I'm back. So I'm not bitter about it, but I am well informed now about how not President Donald Trump, but the media, can't wait till we start talking about them, you know, starts, you know, when they start beating them war drum, trying to rally and support. Matter of fact, there are shows out there right now. I'm not going to mention them because I'm not going to give them no plug. But there are 2 shows on CBS and NBC. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I can see it right now.
I know dead on what you're talking about.
Starting to beat that patriot drum. Starting to get people back involved with the soldiers live in the middle. There's a movie out right now. It's almost like American Sniper, but it's more getting geared toward that group, those millennials. Man, this is cool. You can keep your girl. I ain't gonna go there. Anyway,
you mean wait, you mean Blade Runner 2049?
What I'm saying is I can see the mantra. I can see.
Oh man, Blade Runner was great.
Yeah, I can see the mantra. You know, I can see the slogans. I can see the war wagon circling. You know, what I'm saying is they only pull that and fool people that are unaware and unexperienced. I'm a hardened combat veteran now. I know what's up. So when I see these things happening again, I am like unbothered, unmoved. I get it. You know what I mean? I don't think that makes me any less of a patriot. I think it makes me more cautious. I think if somebody told me they wanted to go and do what I did, I wouldn't talk them out of it. But I will say, be careful what you ask for because you may get it.
Wow. Thought about that? Did you serve?
No. I was never in the military.
And
but I respect
all his family did though.
Yeah.
So he ain't listen. He's a patriot to a degree. Listen, don't take everything he says to heart.
The car jersey I got on.
He's a patriot to a degree.
Which one I got on?
His family serves. His family is a military friendly family. Trust me.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
And I express that too. Like I said, my friends that are Republican in Arizona, I express that to them. It's like, okay, you can stand up and hold your hand over your heart, but guess what? When I see somebody, you know, with a sign that says ex-vet, I pull $5 out of my pocket and I give it to them, tell them to give them something to eat.
Yeah.
I buy jerseys that the money goes like, okay, you can hold your hand over your heart, but you can't eat patriotism. Not by holding your heart to a national anthem. What are you doing for these people? If you care so much. And I'm not trying to, you know, be condescending to anybody. But guess what? Like, what do you do to help each other every day? To help somebody that's not in the same position as you every day? I can stand up and ask them and put my heart on my hand till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, that's not helping nobody. That's not helping anybody eat. I don't need to out-patriotize my cousin, or I don't need to look down upon somebody that's not sitting. It doesn't. At the end of the day, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
What are you doing for your American citizens? Just like my cousin served, just like my other cousin served. What are you really doing for these people? Don't grandstand and get on your high horse about how you stand up and this and that and the fourth. Are you going and helping the troops out? Are you going and donating money like I do? Are you giving people money? Are Are you buying the jerseys that go where the money goes to? What are you doing? Don't tell me about no standing up and holding your heart. What are you really doing for these people? If you care so much, if you don't claim you care so much, cool. And I'm not saying you don't care, but don't wag your finger at people that are actually in these streets helping people out. And all you have to stand on is you standing for a national anthem and you hold your heart at a sporting event.
And I think on that note, I have a question. Will the Raiders make the playoffs?
It's not looking good, Zennie. I said we'd be 10-6.
Let's see what the Raiders have to do
You
to
know
make
what?
the playoffs.
Fuck it. I'm from Oakland, man. Yeah, we're going to make the playoffs.
Okay, he said,
wild card.
The question is, will the Raiders make the playoffs? I say, no way, baby. No way, baby.
I think we can get 10-6, Zennie. I think we can turn this, especially with both of our rivals losing.
Yeah.
I think we're still in the ball. We're still in the hunt, man. We just gotta get it together. We gotta buckle down.
That means that the Raiders have to beat the Chargers.
Can I ask a question?
No.
You want to talk about the Raiders? I mean,
You're a Niners fan.
I'm a Niners fan. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep it 100. Who's still going
No, but you know what? You got Cal Cred right here.
Who's still gonna be Niners fans when they go to Las Vegas?
You mean Raiders?
Raiders fans.
Excuse me, Niners fans when they go to Las. I'm sorry, Raiders fans when they go to Las.
Yeah.
Raiders fans when they go to Las.
I'm
not
know me,
going.
I'm all Oakland everything.
Yeah, I'm Oakland. Yeah,
They in Las Vegas.
Oakland.
Hold on, put the camera back on me. They're in Las Vegas, right? If they're in Las Vegas right now, why would you still be a Raiders fan? They left the Bay. You won't?
No, I'm not going. And I go to Vegas, and people know, like, I got friends that fight professionally, boxing and MMA. I'm in Vegas 10 times a year. I don't care if a Raiders game is the next day. I won't go. I will not spend my money on that. I won't go. Mark Davis, in my opinion, Zennie likes to respect. I respect him too,
Yeah.
But you have disrespected the fans, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We're so hardcore. We were sold out today. We were sold out last year.
Yep.
Tell me, in Las Vegas, if they were 2-4, would that stadium be sold out like it will be on Thursday? You tell me that.
No. Well, I think a lot of brokers would buy tickets, but they go broke. I think brokers would buy tickets and go broke.
There you have it. You have this authenticity.
There were a lot of no-shows today.
There
were a lot of no-shows today. I think because of the fire myself.
No, at the game?
Yeah.
Well, it was packed, though.
Well, it was packed, but I'm not saying it was like, by comparison, but I saw some empty seats.
Yeah.
I thought it was, compared to the opening day.
Yeah.
But I thought that maybe it was the fire. Because you can't have that many houses burn down and not have an impact,
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like I said, I'm done. Like, if he happens to get, which I don't believe he's going to be able to do. I don't think he has the money to do. I think, like Zennie says, I think the economics are just undoable.
Mm-hmm.
They see what's going on in LA, and that's a great market. Me and Zennie talked about that earlier. He informed me about something about the job markets, but I think
I said that in Los Angeles. This is what I said. I said that in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles basin has a 25% underemployment rate. Under. It means that there are people there who are not making as much as they should to have a home income that's about 33% of their, a home cost is about 33% of their income. Okay, that's what that means. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think the NFL is learning a viable lesson right now that they, the Chargers can't even fill up a 20,000-seat arena. Mm-hmm. They got the mayor of Los Angeles telling the NFL, yeah, you might want to send them back to San Diego. I think the NFL are taking all of this in, and they're seeing. Did you see the airplane that flew above? That said NFL, no effing loyalty, and it said.
Is that right? I missed that.
Yeah, it said something like build for the San Diego and Oakland or something. It said something of that sort. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it said. But at the end of the day, your fan base is there. Why do you want to take a bigger overhead and a bigger gamble? Because you don't know. At the end of the day, we can all say, "Oh,
right.
Yeah, they'll show up here, they'll show up there." I can tell you where they are showing up.
Yep.
What's factual. You can speculate about what you want to speculate. Oh, they'll come for this, and like Zennie said, you can't do this 1 or 2 years in a row, or 3 or 4. You got to do this 30 years in a row.
Yeah.
You got to continue. You have to. What about when they play the Jaguars? Jaguars are kind of doing good now, but you know, what about when they play the Colts? You gonna make money? You gonna make money that week? What about when they play? I just don't see it being sustainable.
Yeah.
I don't. And I had a conversation with a guy about that actually runs. He runs a couple restaurants in several stadiums, and he said straight up, I don't see it being sustainable. It's too much.
Whoa, wait, who said that? Who said that? No, who said that? Wait.
Comments.
Wait,
look at your comments right now. This is stirring up some feelings. I'm glad I asked the right question.
Yeah, Raider Gans.
Because them last 5 comments, I'm not even going to even say.
All right, why don't you read them for us?
I don't know. You read it, your show.
All right, I'm gonna read the comments, folks.
Okay.
All right, first of all, we got Raider Gans right here. He says, Raider Gans says, that on top of the terror attacks in Vegas, deal falls apart. Corvette says, Vegas sucks. Get your own team, Raiders in Oakland forever. John Mark says, they're one terrorist attack away from falling apart, which is what I said to John Clayton.
That shooting really.
And John Mark says, Vegas trolls just don't get it about Oakland. And I think we had something up here, right? He said, beat the Chiefs. And
it's all positive, huh?
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying this sparked a lot of
you
feedback. I saw it coming in right away. I was like, I asked that question.
And this is my question to you guys that actually you guys that troll Zennie.
You got some food. Get some food.
You know, you guys that troll Zennie, and I mean, as long as you keep it respectful, I have no problem with it. But I'm honestly ask you an honest question: are you really going to show up to every game?
No, I can't afford it.
And I'm not shitting on nobody. I haven't missed a home game in 4 years. My tickets cost $200 a piece. Now I'm not stunting on nobody. Everybody has a different situation, whatever. Oh, I apologize. I lied. I missed one game. I was in Las Vegas when we whooped the 49ers. We weren't even that good. Sorry about it, cousin. We whooped 49ers. I flew out to Vegas to watch one of my friends who fought in the UFC. That's the only game I've missed in the last 4
Yeah, but you like the fucking fight song, man. Wait a minute. Who's the cow guy who likes the UFC fight song? Do you realize the UFC plays fight on 32 times a game?
Hey.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man? It's like, what is this? You know?
You would think was doing it.
He just likes the cheerleaders. All right, sorry about that, Mike. All right, wait a minute.
No, but personally,
they been slapped.
If you're gonna show up to every game and you're gonna spend your hard-earned money to show up to every game, and you're for this Vegas thing, I have no problem for you. I've had a spot in Las Vegas. I used to stay off Spring Mountain, Decatur in the early 2000s. I go to Las Vegas all the time. Much like Zennie, I got love for Las Vegas. No problem with it.
Yep.
But if you're not showing up to the stadium, why do you care? That's my thing. If you're not showing up to the stadium, if you're not going to spend your money and put your money on the line, like a bunch of you that troll, you troll Zennie, you troll my boy Raider Juice, you troll, but guess what? We show up to the stadium. We see each other at the stadium all the time. I'm not down talking to nobody. Like, maybe you got kids, maybe you, cool. If you can't, cool. But just keep things in perspective. Why are you so adamant and why are you so hateful toward us if you're not going to show up to the stadium?
Yep, that's it. I mean, hey, he said best.
That's where we come from. I'm coming from the stadium.
I want to show you guys something before you take off. I know it's getting late. What do you think? Am I a bad guy or a good guy?
You're a great guy.
Thank you. Because Bouse got me mad at me about this one.
Hey, that's something totally different. Las Vegas first responders, camera on me.
Yeah.
You know, that's a totally different situation.
Oh, that's what they say. Yeah, I mean, there's no problem with that.
They put their lives on the line to save lives. You know what I'm saying? They honor their commitment and they honor their profession. They make us all look good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, big up to them. That's something totally different.
Yeah.
I'm concerned, 5-star.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're responding to a tragedy, nobody's gonna talk about it. Zennie took a picture of some guys that did a great thing.
I'll tell you how.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And folks, I'll tell you how that happened. Thank you. What happened was that this is what I'm talking about. This photograph here. Okay. All right. They were at the game. Yeah. John Marks. They were at the game. And what happened was that they this guy right here. All right. This guy was just walking by. All right. This brother right here was just walking by. I'm trying to point at him right there. Him. He was just walking by, okay? And I was sitting at this seat over here. And he looked, what happened was that he looked down on me like he recognized me, and he kept going by. He was looking like this, right? And I looked up and I nodded, and he goes, how you doing? He shook my hand. And I said, hey, thanks everything. I said, hey, thank you, and I said, hold on a second, and then because he was gonna say like, hey, we should all do a picture, and I said, let's do a video, and so we did the video. And so as I was doing the video with him, this girl comes by and says, you want to take a picture? And I said, sure. So, you know, Bouse and then Larry Jackson are like, well, how could you do that? Or, you know, Larry was saying, I favor Northern California first responders.
Yeah.
Well, my point is, look, these guys went through hell and back, right? And I don't care how a person feels about, you know, the Raiders and the Vegas relocation thing.
Yeah,
you don't disrespect them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It has nothing to do with that. It was human beings that got slaughtered, man.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with that, man. I take a picture with them. And
Yeah.
then afterwards I tell them, you know what? I ain't showing up to that stadium if I ever get it right. I tell them straight up, I'm not. They ain't getting my bread. You know, the only reason you're getting my bread right now is heavily because of Marshawn Lynch and I'm all Oakland everything, man.
Yep.
We call it war.
I gotta ask
Warriors,
you, man.
A's, Raiders, man.
Speaking of Vegas,
yeah,
you were there the night that Michael Bennett got into that incident, but you weren't at that nightclub.
No, I wasn't there. We were at Floyd's nightclub.
Yeah. What do you think about the Michael Bennett incident? Because I still think they pulled a gun on him and they got away. You know,
because conveniently, that's the camera that didn't turn on, right?
Thank you.
The guy that put a gun to his head, I'm blow your fucking head off.
Exactly.
That's the only problem Bennett had. He was like, I understand you guys chased me because I was running, this and that. The only problem I had is when y'all pulled the pistol, put it to my head, and said, don't move or I'll blow your fucking head off.
Yep.
That's the only problem he had.
Yep.
And conveniently enough, that camera wasn't turned on when it happened. All we saw was the backside view of it and the guys with guns. But because that's the one camera, conveniently, that's the one camera that wasn't on.
Yep. Hey, check this out. He's chomping at the bit to say something. And see it. Yeah.
Oh no! No. Well, what I want to say, it's not a movie. Those Las Vegas first responders. They don't know how many people are acting like terrorists are involved. How many automatic weapons?
Thank you.
They're in strategic hidden positions.
Yeah.
People are running. People are scared. Yeah. I think a lot of people died. A whole lot of people got hurt. I promise you. Like I train on that stuff all the time. Do this day. Active shooter training, clearing buildings. That stuff does not go down like John Wick. If you thinking that's how it is, you are mistaken. So the people, the fire, not just people with the guns, the police department, the sheriffs, the EMTs, the doctors, the nurses, the orderlies, the guy that pushed the wheelchairs, hospital laundry department, logistical, services, to get the medical equipment is a team effort. When stuff like that happens in the city or there's a major event, Uber, I give them all shout out, man. People come together out of love to keep people safe and to guard people's lives and get the right information to neutralize a threat. I need to tell it, America, everybody listening, that is a huge accomplishment. Because if you look at the history of that, when stuff like that happens, you don't get that kind of support.
Right.
People are scared. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to say anything. It has not happened to me and my family, but I can see that things are changing. And for right, people go to an event with their families, they should feel safe.
Right, absolutely.
I don't care if the terrorist is foreign or domestic. You pulling a gun in a movie theater at a concert, you was a motherfucking asshole.
Yep. Yeah, total. Hey, last word, and we're gonna close out because it's 9:31.
Oh, in case y'all didn't believe, I went to the game. Actually, I'm there every game. I can show you my wristband for 3 years. It was something that not necessarily I disagree with Zennie. He did a video a while back. I'm getting to it.
Sure.
I don't think they're gonna move to checking luggage because I'm not rich, but you ain't checking my bags when I go to Las Vegas. I'm sorry. What I think they're gonna have to do though is you're gonna have to put bulletproof, possibly grenade-proof glass, and you're gonna have to redo these casinos. It's gonna cost millions.
Yeah.
But I think that's the more viable, even though it's gonna hit you. That's as a casino, that's the more viable option. I just don't see them looking through everybody because, like I said, you ain't looking through my bag. I take my bags upstairs, and that's that. I think they're going to have to move to bomb-proof or grenade. I don't even know bomb-proof glass exists.
Not at casinos.
Wow.
yeah. So I think they're going to have to at least move to bulletproof and high caliber, bulletproof
Y'all know
glass.
how much money y'all talking about?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
A lot of money is not what we're talking about.
Right.
There are casino owners looking at y'all like, like they're looking at y'all like that part.
Hey, but yeah, when something like this happens, and we ain't heard about the lawsuit, but you know what's coming.
Yeah. Oh, there's one. There's one filed already.
Yeah.
College curl. Yeah.
I'd rather pay the $100 million for the glass.
What is that claimant saying? Or
she is.
Should have been better security.
I haven't read the details of the lawsuit, but she's suing. Excuse me, the MGM Grand.
Oh, okay.
She's also suing the Live Nation, the producers of the concert series, as well as one other party. I believe the Las Vegas Police Department. Yes, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? You casinos y'all gonna have to do $100 million renovation and make that glass heavy, heavy artillery, so it can take heavy rounds.
Yep.
That's what you gonna have to do. But like I said, I think it's more viable than checking bags because, like I said, I'm not even rich, but I can see how the bougie people are like, you ain't checking nothing. What are you talking about? You ain't looking through my bag.
That would be
some of them kinky people might have something in the bag they want you to see.
Well, they might. It might be a reality TV show thing. All right.
Yeah.
And on that note, I want to thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're gonna sit here and chop it up for a little bit. But I want to thank everybody for participating in Zennie62 tonight. Our guest did not show up, and hey, but we'll get him back. Yeah. And remember, tomorrow night, Godfather Grizz. Possibly 8:30 earlier time. I have to leave for the airport though. And also, I'm going to the NFL owners meeting. I'll be at the NFL Fall League meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. That's right, Tuesday and Wednesday in New York City. And so I'll do a mix of video on demand and then live. And the lives will go on intermittently, but I'll mix them with video on demand just to show you where I'm at. So, investors, if you want to chip in and if you have a show or anything you want promoted during that time, this is the time to get out the information. Email Zennie at Zennie62.com and let me know, and then add an investment in the till and then say, hey, Zennie, talk about this or that or the other thing. As long as it's within guidelines and rules, of course. Your own business, shout outs, what have you. So, hey, thank you all. Thanks to my special guests, the great Mike Lowry and his cousin.
That's
right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for serving our country. Yeah. All right, you got it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hey. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
No problem.
Guys and gals. Thank you. See ya.